Hello! Hello and thank you again for watching this video. Before we continue, I think we can be grateful to you who subscribe to my channel and you leave lots of comments. Yeah, thank you so much. It's a real pleasure. Yeah, and it is a real motivation for me to go further and leave even more videos. Yes, I told you to subscribe and you did it. Very good. Yes, you subscribe and that's a good thing. Continue, good. Yeah. Today's video is about photography and following the same 5 principles, which are what makes a great photography. In 5 points, we have seen that it's the subject, your intention, the light, the lens, and the camera. Can you please take this picture that I took on the bridge? You take it on the stand so I can illustrate my story today. Thank you. Yeah, but let's assume that the lens and the camera is what you have and we will not talk about changing it. So the question is how to make a better photography than another one, considering the subject, the intention and the light. What can improve this and make a better photography? We will see 2 new points today. Thank you. Yes, it's perfect like that. So thank you so much. And yeah, see you later. Goodbye. Okay, you're welcome. Goodbye. Okay, let's jump into the video. Here we are now with this picture. To my point of view, there are 2 new points that you can integrate into your reflection. We have seen last time, we have talked about these rules of the third of the picture. You know, you divide the picture in thirds, vertically and horizontally, and you try to leave the eyes of the viewer to this crossing line of the third and the third, for instance. But today I want to illustrate another possibility for framing and composition. This is about symmetry or geometrical composition. In this case, as you can see, we are working with a completely symmetrical picture, and the subject is quite simple. We have 2 people here walking on close to the river. We are in Tours. It's the city where I live, close to. It's in France. I live close to Tours, and the question was, okay, something is happening. I had just my LEICA M8 with me, a simple one with a 35mm. So we are not talking about changing the lens and the camera and how to improve it. This is what I had, the LEICA M8 and the 35mm. And the question was, okay, I was just looking over the bridge and I saw something happening. These 2 people with the shadows, the light, something very calm on this side, and here you see the water with lots of waves. And with the contrast, I knew already that with the contrast I would have something very interesting in this area. So I look above the bridge and then I made this composition. I saw this line, I saw here, and I said, okay, there is something, I make it like this. And I already thought that I will crop the picture as a square. So the question is, when you make the picture, think about the composition and also about if you will crop it or if you will leave it in the original format. At this moment, I knew that I will put it in a square format, and I saw this symmetry, and I made the composition like this. So that's the new point, is about framing and composition with geometrical composition and not necessarily the story of the third, because here, if you look, there is nothing happening in the third, but you have something else to drive your look. And what will drive your look in this situation is the contrast between the right and the left, is the simplicity on what you see here and the complexity of the waves and the white and the black here on the water. and also what is driving your look and talking to your mind without, even if you don't really know. It's because it's symmetrical, and also it's symmetrical like this. That means if we turn the picture, we see these two lines that will be the same, in fact. And that gives a kind of good feeling, a peaceful feeling. I mean, this picture is about calm down and peaceful and tranquility, and it's a day like another one, and you have people just having a good time and just living their lives. But framing and composition and so on will give something more than just a simple life. It will give an emotion, and that's the intention. So the subject is these people and the contrast, and the intention is to make this simple life look like a kind of extraordinary. And the light, of course, as you can see, the light is giving us these very nice shadows of these people. So the point was about framing. Another point is about patience and reactivity. That means that imagine you find a right place and you want, you feel there is something interesting. Two solutions. You have to take the picture now because it's now that it happens. It was nearly the case here because they were moving. I knew that I didn't have, I will not have lots of time to make my framing and so on. So I needed to be very reactive. So I made the focus, but I waited that something happens. And this is important. It's the patience and the reactivity. You know that you want something, so wait for it that it happens, and then make the picture. I will show you with another one that is also very interesting for that, about patience and reactivity. It's this one. It's also a street photography, and it's also a black and white. And we are also in a geometrical photography. We don't have this rule of the third that applies here. It's symmetrical photography, like the other one. It's not the same symmetry, but if I make it closer to you, sorry for the reflection. Yes, it's symmetrical. And I was standing here. I knew that the frame was okay. I knew that I wanted a square picture like the previous one. The black and white, I knew that it would be perfect in black and white. And I had the very good light here. So I framed and I waited for the time that someone comes in. In fact, I didn't wait a lot. I saw this lady that was in fact coming from my right. I saw this place and I said, oh, there is something. So I framed and I waited until she was in the middle, in the center of the picture. And that's very important. So that is my second point, that is patience and reactivity. So to conclude, again, the 5 points to make a great photography is the subject, this lady alone in the dark, in the night, in the city. The intention is to show this person walking in the street and give a kind of surrealistic story. I mean, she's alone, it's the night, there are some lights. You are just asking yourself, where does she come from? Where is she going? You just can try to find a story behind this picture. The light, of course, because if you see the light, again, you have the light that describes her contour and her shape. And here is, I love this effect. And as I already show you on other picture, this is very nice. So subject, intention, light. and framing symmetrical composition here on a square model. And the last one is patience and reactivity. So I hope this will help you to find some ideas to make new photography, and maybe you will make great ones. So let's share them with us, with me, and don't hesitate to send me a message and leave me a comment. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget, I am an artist photographer, so I live also with selling my pictures. So if you are interested in purchasing some artistic prints like this one, don't hesitate to call me, to leave me a message, and we will see how we can manage it. Thank you again, have a good day, and see you soon. Goodbye!